A special thank you to each of our subscribers who make this channel possible. Here's today's story. In a surprising turn of events, the recent summit between U.S. President Donald Trump and Russian President Vladimir Putin in Alaska has left Moscow in a celebratory mood. With no sanctions imposed on Russia and no ceasefire agreed upon, it appears that Putin has emerged with the upper hand in negotiations concerning the ongoing conflict in Ukraine. Former Russian President Dmitry Medvedev took to Telegram to express his satisfaction, stating that the meeting demonstrated that negotiations could proceed without preconditions, even as Russia continues its military operations in Ukraine. Trump entered the high-stakes summit with a warning. He would be unhappy if he left without some form of ceasefire. He also threatened severe consequences if Moscow did not cooperate. However, after a 3-hour discussion that yielded no significant results, Trump appeared to backtrack on his initial threats. He described the meeting as extremely productive, despite Putin maintaining his hardline demands for ending the war without making any concessions on the battlefield. In a significant shift, Trump publicly abandoned his previous call for an immediate ceasefire, instead endorsing Putin's approach of pursuing a comprehensive peace agreement before halting any fighting. In a post on his social media platform, Truth Social, Trump stated, "It was determined by all that the best way to end the horrific war between Russia and Ukraine is to go directly to a peace agreement, which would end the war, and not a mere ceasefire agreement, which oftentimes do not hold up." This change in stance has raised eyebrows in Ukraine and among European allies, as the perception grows that Putin has successfully maneuvered Trump into accepting his terms. A member of the Russian foreign policy establishment commented anonymously, "Putin gave Trump nothing, but still got everything he wanted. Trump finally listened to his demands." Putin's remarks following the summit did not indicate any softening of his position. He reiterated that Moscow seeks to address the root causes of the conflict, which includes demands for the demilitarization of Ukraine and restrictions on its political sovereignty. This stance has left many observers questioning the potential for any real progress in negotiations. Despite the lack of concessions from Putin, Trump admitted that there were still 1 or 2 pretty significant items left to resolve. However, he also placed the onus on Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky to take action. Trump's comments, made during an interview with Fox News, suggested that the U.S. would now expect Kyiv to engage more substantively with Putin's conditions. Tatiana Stanovaya, a senior fellow at the Carnegie Russia-Eurasia Center, noted that Trump seems to be shifting responsibility onto Kyiv and European allies, which could increase pressure on Ukraine to negotiate with Russia. She remarked, "Trump was once again clearly charmed and impressed by his interlocutor," referring to the positive rapport displayed between the two leaders during their meeting. As Zelensky prepares to meet Trump in Washington, the key question remains: how far will Trump push the Ukrainian president to accept a deal on Putin's terms? European allies are also left to ponder whether they can influence Trump to adopt a different approach. While Trump did not fully endorse Putin's settlement plan, confidence remains high in Moscow. Senior Russian lawmaker Andrei Klishis stated on Telegram that the objectives of this special military operation would be achieved through either military or diplomatic means. Kremlin officials, seemingly unfazed by Trump's presence, contradicted him by denying that any discussions had taken place regarding a potential 3-way summit involving Zelensky. Russian state media has celebrated the summit, highlighting the red carpet treatment afforded to Putin and contrasting it with his previous isolation by Western leaders. Foreign Ministry spokesperson Maria Zakharova commented on the situation, noting, "For 3 years they told everyone Russia was isolated, and today they saw a beautiful red carpet laid out for the Russian president in the US." As the world watches the aftermath of the summit, the implications for Ukraine and the broader geopolitical landscape remain uncertain. Will Trump continue to embrace Putin's narrative, or will he recalibrate his approach in light of international pressure? Only time will tell as the situation continues to unfold. That's all for this story. We upload videos every day covering many different subjects, so hit that subscribe button to stay informed. Thanks for watching.